everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and we are back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Day 2 of Indianapolis 250 qualifications in the NOFSRL. We begin today with the last 9 shootout. We're going to show the drivers right there on your screen. These are the 9 drivers facing elimination from the Indianapolis 250 here today. The slowest 2 of these 9 drivers in this single car qualifying session will fail to qualify for the Indianapolis 250. The top 7 will start in positions 27 through 33 for next Saturday's race. These are the drivers. Landon Lyons will be the first driver out on the racetrack, followed by Lagasee, Deon Moon, Tyler Oriti, Noah Clifton, Luke Rainey, Madisyn Taul, Christopher Alfveby, and Micah Knapp. The slowest 2 of those drivers will fail to qualify for this great race. So let's get down to business. The last 9 shootout begins now here from Indianapolis. Landon Lyons, first driver on the racetrack. And here we go. Critical moments for all of these drivers here in the last 9 shootout. Landon Lyons was the first driver to get pushed out. He got pushed out right at the end of the session as Jose Mills went to 10th yesterday. But for Landon Lyons, this is a huge time, and we got different situations with the weather today. I'd expect these guys to be going faster than they did yesterday. It's a cloudy racetrack, a little bit cooler. However, we have a much stronger wind that's still coming from the south. But these guys are going to be going a little bit faster. Even off the corner right there, Landon Lyons was 2:12 off, and nobody hit 2:12 off the corner. So these times are going to be much faster today than they were yesterday. But the 2 slowest of this session will fail to qualify. It's still 2 laps for each driver. We'd expect the second lap to be the fastest lap for these guys. And Landon Lyons looking to clock in his first lap here at Indianapolis for the last 9 shootout. Landon Lyons coming around to complete his first lap here in the last 9 shootout, trying to qualify for his first ever Indianapolis 250. His first lap is a 40.64. And that is nearly a second faster than what we were seeing yesterday. And that was on the first lap. So I'd expect the second lap to be about a second faster than what we saw yesterday. That's how much the weather plays into effect, how fast these guys go. They are entering the corner at 2:29. The fastest they were going yesterday was 2:22 entering the corner. Today, 2:29 for these guys. Off the corner, it's 2:14 for Landon Lyons. Here he comes to the line for his last 9 shootout time. It'll be a 40.615 for Landon Lyons. Put that on the leaderboard. Let's see how that compares to the rest of the guys here in the last 9 shootout. Lagasee, next driver on the racetrack in the number 20. This might be him along with Luke Rainey, probably 2 of the most surprising guys in this Fast 9 shootout. Lagasee looking to make his 3rd ever Indianapolis 250. And the same goes for Luke Rainey as well. Of course, Luke Rainey won this in 2017, and he's also in this last 9 shootout. But Lagasee, definitely a guy we'd expect to be in the show, and this would really be something if he missed out. But you gotta remember what happened last year in real life. James Hinchcliffe failed to qualify for the Indy 500. And another fun, or might not be fun for the drivers driving the machines, but kind of a fun fact here. The 2 cars who failed to qualify in the real-life Indianapolis 500 are in this last 9 shootout. Madisyn Taul driving the Pippa Man 63, and Micah Knapp driving the number 5 from James Hinchcliffe. Those 2 cars, those 2 drivers failed to qualify last year in the Indy 500, and they might both fail to qualify in this year's Indy 250 as well. Lagasee, 2:28 into the corner, I should say. And exiting, he is 2:13. A little bit slow there, trying to push it. A little bit slow compared to Landon Lyons. His first lap of 41.69. About a whole second slower than they were yesterday. That's just because it's a cloudy racetrack, a cooler racetrack, and these tires grip a lot better when it's cooler. This is the money lap right here for Lagasee. And he's going to hit 231 entering the corner. Really fast there for Lagasee entering turn number 3. We'll see what he is exiting turn number 4. He's going to hit 213. Coming down to take his lap. 40.655. And I believe that's going to put him underneath Landon Lyons. Not the lap that Lagasee wanted at all. He is 4/100ths slower than Landon Lyons. Deon Moon, third guy in this last 9 shootout. If he is slower than Landon Lyons at a 40.615, Landon Lyons is locked into the Indianapolis 250. As for Lyons, clocked in at a 40.615, Lagasee with a 40.655. One thing I did notice, too, is that there's not as much of a difference between the first lap and the second lap as what we saw yesterday. Even though the times are much faster for these guys, it's a lot closer between the 2 laps that they run. So it is possible that the first lap could end up being a time for one of these drivers here today. Deon Moon clocking in for his first lap. Number 22 machine was, I think 41.433 in yesterday's qualifying session. And surprisingly enough, everyone who was 41.43 or lower is in the last 9 shootout. Everyone above 49.43 is not. So that was the mark, 41.43. We'll see what Deon Moon's first lap is. It's going to be a 40.685. That's 3/100ths off of Lagasee, who's currently our slowest guy in this session. Deon Moon's going to come around here. We'll have to see what he clocks in for this lap. We'll see if it's faster for Deon Moon. It seems there's going to be a little bit more of a difference between a lot of these guys in this session than there was in yesterday's session already. 4/100ths of a second of a difference, and yesterday was less than that between first and last place, so I think the times are going to vary a little bit more here today in the last 9 and the fast 9 shootout. Deon Moon's going to clock in at a 40.655. Okie dokie. He's going to tie with Lagasee. The tiebreaker is still points. Keep that in mind. It is still points, so we'll have to go ahead and check and see who's going to be ahead of the other driver, but that was not what Deon Moon wanted right there, a 40.655 on his second lap. Tyler Oriti, next guy in line, in number 15. Not post the best of laps in the first day of qualifications. We'll have to see what he does on this one here. Looking to qualify for his second Indianapolis 250. If he is faster than the 40.655, he is locked into the show. Landon Lyons is locked into the Indianapolis 250. He does not have to worry anymore. He will be racing on Saturday afternoon. Tyler already trying to beat the times of Lagasee and Deon Moon, who tied. Lagasee with the tiebreaker as he is higher in the points standings than Deon Moon is. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there between those guys. You never know when that could actually be the cutoff point. You see that red line there on the side of your screen. Once we hit 8 drivers, one of those guys is going to hit below that line, and they will fail to qualify. And we're already on our 4th qualifier here in the last 9 shootout. Tyler already on his first lap, going to enter turn number 3 at a 2:31. Going a lot faster today than they were yesterday. Very fast times out of these guys. Slow point of 2:13 off of turn number 4. Already is going to clock in at a 40.68. We'll have to see what his second lap is. 2:12 off of turn number 1. And 214 is the lowest point off of turn number 2. I think a big reason why these guys are going so fast entering turn number 3 is because you have a south wind at 17 miles per hour, and that wind is just carrying that car into turn number 3. When it's off of turn number 4, they actually have to go against the wind coming to the start-finish line. Already, fourth got to clock in for the last 9 shootout at a 40.667. He goes to the back of the field. He is fourth. Lagasee is locked into the Indianapolis 250. Tyler Oriti, now the slowest guy in the last 9 shootout. Noah Clifton, next driver out on the racetrack in the number 27. This was kind of a surprising time yesterday. I believe he was second fastest in practice. And he did not post a good time yesterday, and because of that, here he is in the last 9 shootout. Going to be interesting to see what he clocks in here for his 2 laps. Tyler Oriti right now the slowest at a 40.667 compared to Landon Lyons' time. Landon Lyons at a 40.615. Lyons is miles ahead of everybody else so far in this session. He, along with Lagasee, are locked into the Indy 250. Right now, Deon Moon and Tyler Oriti, the 2 slowest drivers in the last 9 shootouts so far. Noah Clifton coming around on his first lap here in the last 9 shootout. Entering the corner, 231. That seems to be the max speed entering the corner there. They're still kind of getting loose there off of turn number 3, and we saw that a lot yesterday with these guys almost hitting the outside wall up there. They really cut it close off of turn number 3. First lap for Noah Clifton at a 40.691. So compared to Tyler Oriti, a little bit slow right there. But that is only Clifton's first lap, so we'll expect his second lap to be a little bit faster. As long as he beats a 40.655, he is in the Indianapolis 250. Seems like there's a little bit of a higher pitch in these engines today, and they are going much faster than they did yesterday, almost a second faster than the fastest times yesterday. Here comes Clifton, coming to the line to complete his lap, 40.656, just under Deon Moon. Deon Moon is in the Indianapolis 250 for 2019. It's now Noah Clifton and Tyler Oriti on the hot seats here for the last 9 shootout. Luke Rainey, the next driver in line to qualify in the last 9 shootout. And as long as he beats a 40.656, he is in the Indianapolis 250, the 2017 winner of this race. On the verge of possibly not even making the show in the number 64. And this was probably the biggest surprise from yesterday's qualifying session was Luke Rainey failing to post a fast time. He was 32nd fastest yesterday, so definitely not what Luke Rainey expected either, but we'll have to see what he does here in the last 9 shootout. As long as he beats a 40.656, he is in the big race on Saturday morning. The Luke Rainey's third Indy 250 if he successfully qualifies. 211 off the corner, entering turn number 2. Off of turn number 2, he keeps it at a 214, so pretty fast lap right there, or fast corner, I should say. Entering turn number 1, he's going to clock in at a 231. That seems to be the maximum time of these guys. 220 off the corner. And off of turn 4, a 213. Landon Lyons was a minimum of 214 on his fast lap. And he has been much faster than the rest of the field. 40.687 for Luke Rainey. One of the slower first laps we've seen here today. But Landon Lyons is still 4/100ths faster than the rest of the field in this last 9 shootout. Luke Rainey coming into turn number 3, maxing out at 231. Going to be very similar to his first lap here. We'll have to see what he clocks in at. He hits 2:13. I think everyone except Landon Lyons has hit 2:13 so far in the session. A 40.657. That's going to be right below Noah Clifton. Noah Clifton is in the Indianapolis 250. Luke Rainey is going to fall to 5th in this session, and there are only 3 drivers left to qualify a time, so Luke Rainey is not safe quite yet. Madisyn Taul, next driver in line for the last 9 shootout. Madisyn Taul, next driver in line in the number 63. I know this one's huge for Nathan Stapleton and Madisyn Taul. Trying to make it into her first ever race on Napa Fan. And, what a way to start out her Napa Fan career in these qualifying sessions, making it on to the last 9 shootout. Not exactly what you want to do, but a lot of pressure on Madisyn Taul for her first career Napa Fan start. As long as she beats a 40.657, she is locked into the Indianapolis 250. I'm still amazed at what Landon Lyons did. He is miles ahead of everybody else. Much faster lap than now Lagasee, Deon Moon, and Noah Clifton. All 3 of those guys have already locked spots into the Indy 500 as well. Luke Rainey, 40.657, currently on the bubble. Madisyn Taul trying to keep him there and avoid being a bubble driver. Tyler Oriti still the slowest at a 40.667. A very slow lap for Tyler Oriti in his run. Not looking good for driver number 15. Let's see what Madisyn Taul can do here. As she crosses the line, she's going to clock in at a 40.701. It's all up to the second lap now for Madisyn Taul. Will Luke Rainey be in the show, or will Madisyn Taul be in the show? It'll be one or the other. .231 entering the corner for Madisyn Taul. 220 off. Off at turn number 4, it's going to be 213, and she stays there for quite a while. If you remember, Landon Lyons didn't even hit 213 off of turn number 4. At the line, a 40.651. Madisyn Taul is in the Indianapolis 250 for 2019. She goes to 2nd in the last 9 shootout. Luke Rainey is still on the bubble with Tyler Oriti, and the next driver by will push somebody out of the top 7 in this session and into the slowest 2. Tyler Oriti is on the hot seat to fail to qualify for the Indy 250, but Madisyn Taul is in the number 63. Christopher Alfveby, next guy in line. Only 2 drivers remain. It's Alfveby and Micah Knapp. They were the 2 slowest drivers yesterday. We'll have to see what Alfveby does. It's either going to be Christopher Alfveby or Tyler Oriti failing to make the Indianapolis 250 with this run. He has to beat a 40.657 in order to lock a spot in the Indy 250. And that time is currently held by Luke Rainey. Luke Rainey is hoping that Christopher Alfveby is slower than he is. Tyler Oriti is hoping that Christopher Alfveby and Micah Knapp are slower than he is. That's going to take quite a bit because Oriti is 1/100th slower than Luke Rainey. And as you can see, those times there on the left of your screen, they are very close to each other, and I don't see both Alfveby and Micah Knapp being slower than Oriti. However, Alfveby and Knapp were the 2 slowest guys, so you just don't know. First lap going to clock in at a 40.697. That's not going to cut it. He's going to have to do it on this lap. Will Christopher Alfveby make it into the Indianapolis 250 in the number 18? He won an Auto Club earlier this season, already won a Crown Jewel event this year, but he's on the verge of missing the 2nd Crown Jewel event of the season. 231 entering the corner. And through turn 4 for the final time. He hit 213 a little bit at the line for Christopher Alfveby. Will he be in or will he be out? It's going to be a 40.657. He is in the show as he breaks the tie with Luke Rainey in championship standings. Tyler Oriti has failed to qualify for the Indianapolis 250. Alfveby barely makes it in by the skin of his teeth on a points tiebreaker with an Indy 250 only driver. And it's either going to be Micah Knapp or Luke Rainey who joins Tyler Oriti as DNQs for this year's Indy 250. And this the moment of truth here for Luke Rainey. If Micah Knapp hits a 40.657, Luke Rainey will fail to qualify for the Indianapolis 250. If Micah Knapp is any slower than a 40.657, then Luke Rainey is safe. And points tiebreaker might keep Luke Rainey out of the Indy 250. Be something if a past Indy 250 champion failed to make this race. Micah Knapp, however, was the slowest driver yesterday. He clocked in at a 41.44, and for yesterday that was really slow. So far the slowest time today in the last 9 shootout is a 40.667. Now set by Tyler Oriti. Oriti has already failed to qualify. But it's either going to be Micah Knapp or Luke Rainey who joins him. First lap for Micah Knapp. He's got to hit his marks like crazy on this one if he's going to make it into the show. He does not want to be the slowest guy again. I still don't know what Landon Lyons did, but whatever he did, it worked. He whipped it around this racetrack on that qualifying run, and is still nearly 4 100ths faster than everybody else. And the difference between 2nd and 8th is about 2 100ths. So, Landon Lyons, definitely a fast car, just did not have a good day yesterday. First time for Micah Knapp, 40.696. This is it. He's got to get it on this lap if he's going to make it into the Indy 250. He's got to beat a 40.657. As a matter of fact, he just needs a 40.657. If he gets a 40.657, he is in the show. He'll start 33rd if he does tie that 40.657, but nonetheless, he will be in the Indy 250 if he hits it. It's going to come down to this lap right here for Micah Knapp in the number 5. Will it be Micah Knapp or will it be Luke Rainey? Micah Knapp clocks in 40.658. Luke Rainey, just by the skin of his teeth, is in the Indianapolis 250. Micah Knapp and Tyler Oriti fail to qualify for the 2019 edition. Oh my goodness. Luke Rainey. I don't know. It just doesn't get any closer than that. But Luke Rainey is in. He will start 33rd for Saturday's Indianapolis 250. Well, how about that session right there? Luke Rainey better thank his lucky stars on that one. He barely, and I mean by 1/1000th of a second, is going to be in the Indianapolis 250. These are the drivers qualifying their way in, and the positions they are going to start. Landon Lyons will start 27th. Madisyn Taul will start 28th. Lagasee will start 29th. Deon Moon will start 30th. Noah Clifton will start 31st. Christopher Alfveby will start 32nd. And Luke Rainey, lucky number 33 for this year's Indianapolis 250, failing to qualify Micah Knapp and Tyler Oriti. Drivers of number 5 and number 15 respectively. Interesting with the number 5, that car failed to qualify in real life last year. But on the flip side, it won this race last year. Won the Indianapolis 250 last year, and it's not even going to be in this year's show. That's a heartbreaker for both of those guys. Micah Knapp and Tyler Oriti, they're going to have to wait until Texas to get back on the racetrack. But this is the way it goes. And we knew this coming in. There would be 2 guys who failed to qualify. And those are the 2 drivers, Micah Knapp and Tyler Oriti. Congratulations to the other 7 for making it on. We're going to give you a surprise sneak preview of a special event coming up in the middle of June right now when we get set up for the Fast 9 Shootout. And, yeah, take a sneak peek at this one. It's going to be a fun event. Father's Day weekend right here on Napa Fan. Absolutely looking forward to this year's James and Dean Wickert Shootout. For the first time ever, it's going to be at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And we just had our North Wilkesboro weekend for the Craftsman Throwback Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Both great events right there we had this past weekend, and it's going to be even better on Father's Day weekend. There is no Chick-fil-A Cup Series race that weekend or an IndyCar race that weekend, so we're able to do that event there. Going to be doing that alongside Alex Bonsignor. This is his event specifically. Honoring the lives of James and Dean Wickert, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. They were big parts of this community on Napa Fan and other Enter 2003 leagues, and we honor them every single year with that shootout race. And this year, it's going to be more than just one race. It's going to be a lot of things. There's Elimination Series, Rockstar Pro Series going to be there as well. And we got late model stocks, super late models, strictly stocks, or actually street stocks. I was close with that one. Sorry, Alex. Sorry I'm messing it up here. Wheel and modifieds and super trucks, all in a span of 3 days at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So we're highly looking forward to that event, and it's coming up in less than a month right here on Napa Fan. Jonathan King, here we go. Now we can breathe easy a little bit. This is kind of a fun thing here. We're going to determine the pole sitter for the Indianapolis 250. 10 points towards the championship for that. But most importantly, they get to lead the field of the green flag for Saturday's big event. And the fastest time here will start on the pole. This session will determine the first 9 positions for the Indianapolis 250. Jonathan King, 40.688. It got 1 degree cooler, but 1 mile per hour faster on the wind speed, so we'll have to see how that affects everybody. The qualifying order for the Fast 9 Shootout is Jonathan King, Nick Smith, Cody Smart, Christian Vargas, Ace Garcia, Jeremiah Earls, Dan Parke, Angel Olvera, and Audra Baranauskas, who was fastest yesterday in the first day of qualifications. Here's Jonathan King coming across to complete his first lap of the day. Now, these times are going to be very similar to the last 9, but it doesn't really matter too much for them. They're going for the pole. 40.644 for Jonathan King. Put that on the leaderboard for the Fast 9 Shootout. Next guy in line, his teammate, Nick Smith, in the number 29. Nick Smith, next guy in line. Now, Andretti Autosport. did one heck of a job getting their cars into this Fast 9 shootout. 4 of them, Jonathan King, Angel Olvera, Nick Smith, and Cody Smart, all in this. Of course, Noah Clifton was the slowest of all the Andretti guys, but even he made the show. Nicolas Amadio easily made it on as well, but 2/3 of their cars made it into the Fast 9 shootout, and I would expect maybe one of these Andretti Autosport machines to win the pole here today. Jonathan King put up a pretty fast lap there, 40.644. That would have been second fastest in the last night shootout, but I don't know if anyone's going to beat Landon Lyons on that time. That thing was ridiculous. Good for Landon Lyons, getting his way in there and not giving up at all. First lap here for Nick Smith. Huge opportunity for Nick Smith. Starting on the pole for this race, especially this year with the single car qualification, is going to mean so much for these drivers and these teams. And be a pretty big deal if you get it. 2:22 entering turn number 4. It looks like Nick Smith's pretty fast right here. Well, let's see what his first lap clocks in. Going to be a 40.691. So far, during both days of qualifications, the second lap has been the fastest time for every single driver. Had a couple times there in the last 9 that it could have been the first lap, but not the case. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here for the Fast 9 shootout either. But this is for the pole. None of these guys have to worry about missing the race. They're all going to start in the top 9 positions, and they're all going for that pole position in the Indianapolis 250. Nick Smith, let's see what he compares to his teammate Jonathan King. At the line, it's a 40.657. He's not going to beat Jonathan King. He's going to go to second, but he'll definitely get some points towards the championship regardless, as all these guys in the Fast 9 will. But Jonathan King, still the fastest guy in town in the Fast 9 shootout. Cody Smart, the third Andretti Autosports driver in the session. Another fun fact, and this one is a fun fact this time. Cody Smart, Jonathan King, and Nick Smith, all teammates, all had the same exact time in the first round. Jose Mills also had the same time as those guys, but he was 4th in the points of those 4 guys. So he failed to make it onto the Fast 9 shootout, but he did get a bonus point towards the championship. But Cody Smart, this would be a huge redemption victory for him if he were to win the pole for this race. But he's got a pretty fast time that he's going to have to beat if he's going to grab that pole position. Jonathan King with the second fastest time of the day at a 40.644. And Landon Lyons with a 40.615 is the only guy who's faster. And he I don't know what he was doing, but he obviously was in a league of his own today. He was ready. So kudos to Landon Lyons once again for that really fast time. But Jonathan King with another fast time. Smart at a .689 for his first lap. I have a feeling that Jonathan King's going to win the pole. The first driver out there has been the fastest so far in both of these sessions. Now, we're only on our 3rd driver here in the Fast 9 shootout, but Jonathan King seemed to put up a very fast lap for what we've seen so far here today. 2:31 in the corner. That's what everyone is doing. And we'll have to see what Cody Smart can do here in this session. Coming across to complete his second lap. This is going to be the money lap for him right here. Will he get to the top of the board? A 40.655. He'll go to second, but he won't knock off Jonathan King from the top position. Number 6, Christian Vargas and his teammate, Micah Knapp, failed to qualify. Very uncharacteristic. The other 2 Schmidt-Peterson machines were wicked fast yesterday. They're both top 5 fastest yesterday, but Micah Knapp was the slowest guy. We'll have to see what Vargas and Baranauskas can do in this session. I'm expecting pretty fast times out of both of them here. And we'll have to see if the number 6 here of Christian Vargas is going to be his first Indianapolis 250. But he has definitely come on strong and been kind of quiet, too. I think he got that fast time in there earlier on and was kind of quiet the rest of the session. But he wasn't the fastest, so he kind of just slipped underneath everybody else. So watch out for Vargas. He might be a quiet sleeper here for this Indianapolis 250 pole. Rounding turn 2. Vargas heads down the back straightaway. definitely are going faster than they were yesterday. You can almost tell by the sounds of the race cars. They're still getting loose off of turn number 3. We'll have to see what the first lap is for Vargas here on the 4th qualifier of this Fast 9 shootout. Going to be a 40.689. So here is his fast lap, lap number 2. He's got to beat a 40.644 to get the pole position. That was a really fast time set by Jonathan King on the first qualifier of this Fast 9 shootout. But Vargas is a driver who I know can actually beat that time. I have a lot of faith in him. We'll have to see what he can do as they round off of turn number 4. And that number 6 machine, Christian Vargas, coming across the line. He is going to be at a 40.647. Could not get Jonathan King, but he's going to go to second on the leaderboard for that number 6 machine. That was a great lap there for Christian Vargas, but just not enough to beat Jonathan King for the pole position. But with that, we might be seeing some other guys who may be able to beat Jonathan King for that pole position. So watch out for these next 5 guys in line. Next guy in line, Indy 250 only driver, Ace Garcia. Ace Garcia, quick to get out there in the number 33. He's already on his first lap. Entering turn number 2 right now. He's the only Indy 250 only driver in the top 9 shootout. Ace Garcia definitely looking very fast this weekend. Of course, he was in this race last year as well, so he has experience. Doesn't have experience in single car qualifying, but he is definitely whipping this thing around pretty fast. Did so yesterday, and that's why he's here today. Clocking around for his first lap. For Ace Garcia, it is going to be a 40.675. Pretty fast for a first lap here in today's qualifying sessions. But the second lap is going to be the fastest for all these drivers here today. Minimum of 2:14 off of turn number 2. As he heads down the backstretch, he's going to hit 231 miles per hour. Just like everybody else has been today. The lines are so similar for everyone here at Indianapolis. He hit 213, was there for about a second. Coming across the line, he's got to beat a 644. He is going to a 645. Second on the leaderboard for Ace Garcia. Just under Jonathan King, but a wicked fast time nonetheless for Ace Garcia. And he is probably guaranteed to start top 5 with that. Not quite. Not quite. But still, going to be in the top 6 for the Indianapolis 250 starting grid. No question about it. Jeremiah Earls, the least experienced driver in this Fast 9 session. And he's the only driver for Team Penske in this session as well. Of course, every Team Penske machine is in the show. Let's see what Jeremiah Earls can do here. Will he win the pole position in the car that won the real-life Indianapolis 500 last year? He's beginning his first lap right here in the number 12 machine. It's a huge confidence booster for Jeremiah Earls, advancing onto the Fast 9 shootout in this session. Hasn't had the best of seasons so far in the Haas IndyCar Series coming up to this weekend. However, he's going to gain some extra points here this weekend in Indy 250 qualifications. Seems that they max out at 231 regardless. I don't think they're going to be going any faster than that. But they are definitely going a lot faster than they were yesterday. Jeremiah Earls, his first lap here in the Fast 9 shootout, going to be a 40.682. Of course, the next lap's what's going to count here for the number 12. Just a little loose off the corner for the number 12 of Jeremiah Earls. Nothing major. He was in 2:13 for a little while there. We'll see what this time is. Has to beat a 40.644. He is going to go to a 40.654. That'll put him 4th on the leaderboard in the Fast 9 shootout. It is still Jonathan King the fastest. We got Dan Parke, Angel Olvera, and Audra Baranauskas next in line. They're the last 3 guys left to qualify in this Fast 9 shootout. We'll see if any of them can beat the 60, or should I say the 40.644 set by Jonathan King. Dan Parke, next guy in line, in the number 23, was 3rd fastest yesterday. One of the last 3 drivers in this Fast 9 shootout. The 40.644 is still the time to beat. It was set by Jonathan King, who was the first qualifier in this Fast 9 shootout. Dan Parke looking to qualify his way into the top position of the Indianapolis 250. It'd be something else if Dan Parke got it. He's been really quiet this season in the Haas IndyCar Series. Really hasn't been racing too much on Napa Fam since 2016, but he came back full-time in the Haas IndyCar Series this year. Great to have him back. And he's definitely showing his stuff here in number 23 during these qualification sessions. We'll have to see what he clocks in here in the number 23 machine, Dan Parke. It'll be a 40.678. That's his first lap, his second lap on the way. It's going to be Dan Parke's first Indianapolis 250. Definitely a huge moment for his career, especially if he can get the win. If you get the pole, that'd be a big deal. Coming off of turn number 4. To complete his second lap of the day, it's a 40.644 that needs to be beat for the pole. It's a 40.657. He'll tie with Nick Smith for the final position in the Fast 9 qualifying, but no worries, he will still be in the show, of course. Everyone is still in the show, these Fast 9 guys, and none of them will fail to qualify, but not the best of runs there for Dan Parke in trying to win the pole position. Angel Olvera, next driver in line. The next to last driver to qualify in the Fast 9 shootout. He was 1/1000th slower than Audra Baranauskas yesterday. And he was one of only 2 drivers, along with Audra Baranauskas, to go under 41:41. Olvera definitely filed under the cracks yesterday. Didn't get the fastest time initially, but he stayed in second the entire day. And I believe he was either the 4th or 5th qualifier. I believe he was the 5th. And you know that Angel Olvera is going to be fast in this session. Same with Audra Baranauskas. We're all waiting for her. It's been a long time since she qualified. She was actually the 3rd qualifier yesterday, really early on. Same with Angel Olvera. It's been a long time since they've been on the racetrack. Angel Olvera going to clock in for his first lap here. Won at Lime Rock earlier this season. So he's been doing very strong as of late here in the Haas IndyCar Series. 40.674 for his first lap. It's a 40.644 that he needs to beat for the pole position. That is still set by Jonathan King, who was our first qualifier here in the Fast 9 shootout. They're really pushing it here today for the pole position. Angel Olvera in the 2:13 just a little bit. At the stripe, it's going to be a 40.66. That's not going to be good enough. He's going to fall to the last position in this Fast 9 shootout. But regardless, the lowest he will start is 9th, so nothing too drastic, but definitely not what Angel Olvera won. A little bit surprising after the fast lap he put down yesterday. And here we go, the final single-car run of the weekend for Indianapolis 250 qualifications. This is for the pole position. If Audra Baranauskas is faster than a 40.644, She will start on the pole for this year's Indianapolis 250. Otherwise, it's going to be Jonathan King driving the number 28, who is going to lead the field of the green flag on Saturday. Audra Baranauskas was fastest yesterday. We'll see if she's fastest for the second straight day in a row. Looking to start her first lap in the number 7. Her teammate Micah Knapp failed to qualify for the Indianapolis 250. He was actually the slowest guy yesterday and the second slowest guy in the last 9 shootout earlier today. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, Schmidt-Peterson doing pretty good here with Audra Baranauskas and Christian Vargas. Vargas is going to start lowest at 4th position. And Audra Baranauskas looking to jump over everyone who has qualified so far on this Fast 9 shootout and get the pole. She almost won the pole in 2017, barely lost out to Jessie Turner. This year she wants it in the number 7 after winning the Freedom 50 last year. Coming back into the Indianapolis 250, looking exceptionally strong in that number 7 machine. 40.686 for Audra Baranauskas. That's her first lap. She needs to be at a 40.644. Getting back in the gas fairly fast right there. Down the backstretch she goes. Gonna max out at a 231. And about a second there on 231, entering turn number 4. A little bit loose off the corner. She's going to hit 213 for about a second as well. We'll have to see how close it is to Jonathan King's 40.644. Will she get it? No, she will not. She ties with Angel Olvera, and Jonathan King has won the 2019 Indianapolis 250 pole position. He was the first driver out there, and he is going to lead the field to the green flag for Saturday's 100-lap event here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's give you guys the official starting lineup for the 2019 NOFSRL Indianapolis 250. So that will do it for the second day of qualifications, and the 2019 NOFSRL Indianapolis 250 starting grid is officially set. This is how they will line up for Saturday's big event. It is Jonathan King on the pole position. 10 points towards the championship for him with that one. Ace Garcia will be starting in second. He'll get 9 points towards the championship regardless. They'll be counted. But he will not be eligible for the championship because he won't have enough points, because this is going to be his only race. Christian Vargas is going to start third in the number 6. That's 8 points towards the championship. Jeremiah Earls is going to be starting in the 4th position. He's got 7 points towards the championship. Cody Smart will be starting in the 5th position. He's got 6 points towards the championship. Nick Smith will get 5 points towards the championship. He starts 6th. Dan Parke, 7th on the starting grid. He will get 4 points towards the championship. Audra Baranauskas going to be starting in 9th. Angel Olvera beats Audra Baranauskas on the tiebreaker. Olvera will get the 8th starting position, and he will get 3 points towards the championship. Audra Baranauskas will get 2 points towards the championship, and then Jose Mills will get 1 point for qualifying in the 10th position. You see the rest of the starting lineup right there. We already went through 10th through 26th yesterday, and we'll let it scroll through right there. Maury Johnson in the event, NOFSRL president. Great to have him in this event. And then you get to the last 7 guys on the starting grid. This is 27th through 33rd. These guys qualified their way into the last 9 shootout. Landon Lyons, Madisyn Taul, Lagasee, Deon Moon, Noah Clifton, Christopher Alfveby, and Luke Rainey, barely getting in by 1/1000th of a second ahead of Micah Knapp. Micah Knapp and Tyler Oriti failed to qualify for the 2019 Indianapolis 250. And it's a tough break, especially for Micah Knapp. This would have been his first Indianapolis 250 if he made it on. And he's going to have to wait another year to participate in this event. That number 5 is definitely not the car you want to be in this event. Surprisingly, because it won last year. But ever since James Hinchcliffe failed to qualify, it's not been a good car. But that doesn't make sense because the race last year was after James Hinchcliffe failed to qualify. So I don't know what I'm saying, but Only unless you're Nicholas Sambidio, don't pick that number 5. That's basically how it goes. But either way, that is how they will line up for the 2019 Indianapolis 250. Thank you guys so much for watching. I put in so much with this. I think 7 hours total between the 2 qualifying sessions. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again, so definitely cherish it. It might be the only time you see single car qualifying on NAPFan, but I did have fun. It was really cool having single car runs for these guys, and yeah, a lot of work was put into this for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you guys should enjoy the Indianapolis 250 Saturday at noon Eastern time right here on NAPFan. The schedule we have until then, on Tuesday, it's the Haas Elimination Series opening event right here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. On Wednesday, the IROC finale here from Indianapolis. Thursday, we got Freedom 50 qualifying. We got Coke 600 qualifying, and then the World 500 in the Craftsman Throwback Series from Charlotte. On Friday, it's Indy 250 Carb Day, the final practice for the 33 drivers who qualified their way into the big show. In the Freedom 50 at noon Eastern time that Friday. And then on Saturday, it is the Indianapolis 250 at noon and the Coke 600 that night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Lots of great stuff coming up this week here on NAPFan. Hope you guys stick around for it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to announce it a lot better because it's not single card qualifying. And I'll actually have things to talk about in those races. But thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Jonathan King for winning the 2019 Indianapolis 250 pole. I will see you guys Tuesday for the first race in the Haas Elimination Series. I will see you guys later.